innovations in terms of distribution and product. So if I talk about distribution, we have done entirely different in terms of gamifying our referral and influencer program, where we onboard influencers and they kind of refer our product, not just because it gives them monetary benefits, but kind of social validation and their community part on the app itself. So that has done very well for us. If I talk about engagement in terms of gaming, we have come up with a couple of fantastic, I would say, different modes to play games. Like you can't expect someone to go on and play Candy Crush forever, right? So you
Yeah.
need to keep I mean in real money gaming you can't have levels, right? So you need to provide them various modes to play. One of them we have just recently introduced is team tournament. That's something very different than the traditional tournaments you will see on all other RMG
Yeah.
platforms, where we kind of distribute players in some random teams. They fight in team. It kind of creates that social community in them. Then we
Yeah.
provide them the entire chat, voice chat, group feature, and kind of simulate the entire community feature, their community on the platform itself. So that's how we are trying to revolutionize our microtransaction led business model to do well in specifically tier 2 and tier 3 audience.
Right. And I think that's a very good idea to capitalize on, especially in these remote times when you're looking for, not just playing alone, but playing in a community and simulating
Exactly.
that entire environment, right? So I think, yeah, but that also brings me to my next question, Kaushik, that, since you mentioned your focus is tier 2, tier 3 cities, which is the major chunk in India, right? So we see in Twitter these days, it's all over there building for Bharat, right? That entire concept around it. So is there something specific, like is it a real thing, an opportunity for you or your app, and how does what are you really doing about it, and then how does the entire angle or flavor of vernacular fit into it, and what are some of the different things that you're trying to, aside to the community simulation thing, what are some of the other things that you're trying to engage with them, relate to them better?
So that's absolutely true. What we are trying to do is, so when we started off with our early beta in 2018, when we were trying to venture into microtransaction-led model, and we were doing a lot of surveys and research, we came to know about, when you're trying to tap into tier 2 and tier 3 audience, there's a huge trust deficit and identity crisis. People cannot, if these people cannot relate it to you, if these people does not resonate with you, they will not try your product. Okay,
Yeah.
so hence we decided that, first of all, obviously we went into tier 2 and tier 3 because the opportunity size is huge. In the next couple of years, 300 400 million new smartphone users are going to come to the internet grid, and that's something which we wanted to bank upon. And hence the idea of going towards this market, and to elevate their kind of fears about trust and identity. We have done a lot of things apart from, as I mentioned, the social and community part. We started with 2 to 3 languages in early 2018, and now we are available on more than 10 languages. And our idea is to be available in more than 12 to in somewhere in the range of 12 to 16 Indian languages, so that it becomes very easy for for entire India to communicate with their friends, their communities, right? And
Right.
hence we are into vernacular gaming, providing not just casual and social gaming, but providing an experience in itself where people can communicate with each other in their own language. So that's something which we are doing for them. If I talk about the results, we are entirely dependent on tier 2, tier 3. 90% of our user base come from non-metro cities. So that's something very huge for us. And we are right now clocking somewhere in the range of 1 billion gameplays a month. So yeah, so you can imagine the kind of volume that we are driving from tier 2, tier 3 audience. And we are just starting right now in terms of, our growth. So yeah, it has done wonders for us in terms of capitalizing that opportunity.
Of course, and I think India is as diversified as any country can
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
be. So
absolutely.
a product-led, relatable development there is a new problem to solve. It's not something that anyone would have done before.
Absolutely. And just to add something, obviously, I mean, we can add languages as we want, but then again, if users don't use it, then it makes of no use. But
Yeah.
we've been very great adaptation in terms of using the app in vernacular as well. If I talk about the numbers, 85% of our app users use their app in their vernacular language. Obviously, Hindi being more predominant. But again, people who are from different parts of country, they're trying to use and trying to see the product in their own language. So yeah, that's doing great for us.
Understood. I think Deepak, for you as well, there should be a great opportunity, right? Is that a thing for you, building for Bharat, or anything in particular that you're trying to engage with this audience better?
Uh, from the start onset, we have been a very uh, language oriented platform. So when we did our quiz, we had quiz every day in 6 languages, simulcasted at 10 p.m. So we started off with that. So
Yeah.
it's like one KBC is running in different channels at the same time, different hosts. So that's the kind of production that we've kind of managed to pull off on that front. In the esports segment, when it comes to streaming, what we are currently having is the major uh, tournament players or streamers from any and every language is already part of it. So just to give a perspective, 50% of top streamers, top 100 streamers or top 200 streamers in the country is exclusively currently streaming on Loco as we speak. So, and that comes from across the diaspora. We are really mindful of tier one, tier two, tier three split, and Pocket Aces as a whole with Filter Copy, Dice, Gobble, and Loco
Yeah.
coming together. Loco definitely has a deeper segmentation in the tier two and tier three
Right.
market, for sure. But with the esports revolution that has happened in the last 3-4 years, whatever that is coming, that bifurcation is by far it's across. You have a pub when you actually go and play any of the battle royale, whether erstwhile banned PUBG and stuff like that, or if you go for Call of Duty, any of these games, when you actually go and see who are the people, probably your multiplayer opponent that has come in or teammate that's come in, you speak to them, you'll realize they're from multiple cities or multiple towns or completely tier three this thing. So that revolution has kind of already happened. There are a lot of reasons to it. It includes your A, the data penetration,